fuck?
You're taking a break from that, dude. There's heat on you right now.
It's like if this was Grand Theft Auto, you'd
You
still
got
have
5
2
stars.
on you.
Brunch, hit it, boys. You try to do something nice, you know? You try to say, hey, St. Louis Blues fans, hey, St. Louis Blues, you are doing something great, seems like a lot of fun, we want in.
Yeah, we'd like to get in on that.
We'd like to have some of this fun as well. Can we, sorry, knock, 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 sorry, heard a little noise, seems like there's a party going on in here, we're not calling the cops, we're just wondering, maybe, could we come in for a beer? We try to come in for a beer, and they have thrown beer in our face.
Yeah, I think they've thrown a keg in our face at this point.
I have never been treated worse.
I've never in my life have I ever been disrespected.
Especially coming off of a nice gesture.
Yeah, it was a very nice gesture. We're trying to share in the celebration. We're also, it's also a situation where, like, hey, we're both thriving here. We're both doing well. There's enough to go around.
Yeah, why not? You know?
Yeah.
And as this point was raised to me, Blues are a Western Conference team.
Right.
What are the chances those teams are ever going to play each other anyway?
Well, like 2 out of 4 at this point.
Well,
sure,
yeah,
not-
like this
Yeah.
season, but I don't know. The regular season points stands. They're only going to see each other once or twice, depending on the schedule
Right.
matrix. It's if you really want to each do your own thing, then you can do that. But man, people just right off the bat extremely rude.
No, I wouldn't say right off the bat. I thought initially there were a lot of
excuse me.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of like, what's going on here? What are you guys trying to pull?
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of that at the beginning, but there was also like a good portion of Blues fans were like, I see what you're trying to do, and I'm on to it, and I think it's kind of funny, but watch yourselves. And then those people sort of brought in other Blues fans who were like, hey, fucking excuse me?
Yeah, somebody tried. I forget what somebody. Someone tried to make it like. Of course, like we were being problematic.
Yeah.
I forget how they did it, but they were like...
Well, there's been a lot of you're disrespecting Laura Branigan's like estate, or you're disrespecting Laura Branigan at this point, and it's like,
What does that Laura Branigan?
Well, let's wait on Laura Branigan, because there's also been a lot of like, you're stealing content, you're stealing like...
Oh yeah, Blues fans. Yeah, you want to roll up the sleeves and get dirty. Okay, here are some dirty facts for you. They stole it from Philly. They stole it from some geek ass nerd comic book bar they were in. Don't know why they were in it. To each their own.
Also, if we want to go further back, Laura Branigan stole it from
it's a cover.
Umberto Tozzi.
Yeah, and
I
again,
told you it was an Italian song first.
Not surprising at all. Again, there was originally the In Excelsis Steos were probably the lyrics to that song, because where you find Gloria, you find those words as well. It's just how music works. But yeah, this was where if you stole it from somebody else, we're not even stealing it from you. We're not completely taking it, although we can get to that in a second.
Yeah.
We're just trying to share it and be in on the fun. And you guys are making
And also, it's a fucking song. Like, you can't steal a song.
Yes. Have you ever been to a wedding and then they play Don't Stop Believing and you're like, oh, excuse me, I was at a different wedding and they already played this, so I know this is very embarrassing for you. I'm sure this through no fault of your own. You probably didn't mean to do this, but you have stolen this from a wedding I went to when I was 4.
There's also been...
You can only play Everclear because that's the only thing I haven't heard at a wedding before.
There's also been a lot of, well, I guess now we got to take Sweet Caroline and play it at Cardinals games.
Deal.
Go fucking right ahead.
Deal.
If that's what comes out of this deal, that might be the best
Verbal
part of it for
contract
us.
is now binding.
Yes.
No take backsies. If you take Sweet Caroline away or anything,
Like, you can have shipping up to Boston if you want.
for sure.
Yes.
Take most of the Dropkick Murphy stuff. Take Dirty Water.
I like Dirty Water.
Dirty Water has some weird. in Boston thievery going on. Like, it sounds weird when they play it at Bruins games.
But
it should just
yeah.
be a Red Sox thing.
But and also it's clearly a Boston song. Gloria is not a St. Louis song, so it's not like weird if we play it for the Bruins.
No, yeah. Where's Laura Branigan from?
I don't know. The grave now.
No. There's no jokes about Laura Branigan being dead because we are in the right.
Mm-hmm.
The Blues fans who are being super weird and tagging the Twitter account of a person who obviously can't tweet because they're dead,
Yes.
and then somebody from their the management group that managed Laura tweeting up a storm from a blue checkmark account
Right.
called Laura Branigan. It's
then-
so weird. They are in the wrong. So, like an arresting officer, when you know the person did it, you've got to be completely clean and you're
Okay.
doing this.
Wash your
So
hands.
I'm not making any.
Okay.
I'm not making
It
any
is-
jokes about
I mean-
Laura Branigan. Nothing. They're in the wrong.
Their
we are in
Twitter
the
account,
right.
her Twitter account is so weird. It is so weird.
I didn't know that account tweeted the day. So the day the episode came out, somebody tagged Laura Branigan and was like,
A lot of
tell
snitch
'em
tagging.
to-
A lot of snitch tagging
Yes.
of Laura Branigan.
So I hadn't checked the Twitter account and I responded, that's like a super weird move.
Yeah.
And then this person responded and was like, what's, quote, weird about it? And then signed it like Kathy.
Yeah.
Like,
She
that
signs
your
all
name
the-
is Kathy
she
and you're
signs
tweeting
all
from
the
a blue
tweets.
checkmark Laura account. That's you have to call that Twitter account like Laura Branigan updates or Laura
Right.
Branigan's something that makes
That happens
clear-
a lot on Twitter, though. Like,
What?
there are a lot of like dead people Twitter accounts that just like post updates without any sort of signage to them. I guess.
Yeah,
At least she writes like this is
yeah,
Kathy.
she does make it clear, but it's a weird move. I don't know. I mean, the Twitter is kind of the Wild West, and I think that that group, whoever's tweeting on her behalf, is well intentioned. But I think you got to take a step back and say, is this a blue check mark account that says Laura Branigan? Yes. Am
Yep.
I Laura Branigan? No. Is anybody else in the room Laura Branigan? No.
Should
well, then
you be
guess who gets a
tweeting
tweet from that
commentary?
account?
Yeah.
No, right? Yes. Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's the issue. Like, I'm fine if you want to post.
They're
like,
dishing
like you said,
attitude on
updates.
Laura's behalf. She doesn't know. Laura Branigan, for all we know, hated the St. Louis Blues more than anything.
Right. Yeah, it's weird to post like commentary on certain things.
Yeah.
As Kathy from the other half management.
And a lot of like the thinking emoji and a lot of the eye rolling emoji. I'm like, look, if anyone could be rolling eyes here, it's me. But again, we're in the right, so we're not doing anything here. Brewster, New York is where she is from.
Interesting.
No
Not
connection to
nearly close enough to St. Louis.
Yeah, so it's a fun thing, and I'm glad they're continuing to have fun with it, but so are we. And bless you, all the folks. I was saying this before the episode. From now on, when I don't feel like making the video, I'm just going to suggest we should make this video, and if it's not up in a few days, one of you guys just make it. And that's what you guys did. Somebody made the Titanic Gloria video. Fantastic. All the My Heart Will Go On right up until Marchand scores, and then
So
boom,
good.
Gloria.
Yeah,
It's
got to give a shout out to the Bruntouchables who have completely ran with this. So
Yeah.
we love you.
There is merch in the store,
Yes.
and before you say, "Oh, are you trying to profit off of Play Gloria?" No,
Yes.
because we don't say Play Gloria.
That's right.
We say Play Gloria, please, which is a little more polite.
Why don't you read the fine print?
Yes.
That's a nice little tip for you in life.
Yes, a little more polite. We were inspired to do it by two things. One, Play Gloria is trademarked. That was mainly it. But also, the Blues fans have been so rude that it's reminded us, let's be
take
the
the
better
high road here.
Yes, exactly. We are taking the high road. So you can get a Play Gloria Please shirt in the merch store. You could also get a Hit It Boys shirt in the merch store. I like that Hit It Boys has become part of that as well.
Yeah, and I also think that it's like wild that Hit It Boys has not been a thing that we've thought to sort of brand
I think
before
I think there was a Hit It Boys shirt at some point.
Was there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't a great one because it didn't take off.
I do like saying "Hit It Boys" for anything involving any shenanigans we're
Yes,
doing.
hell yeah. Yeah, and so, I also think that blues fans, we've heard your complaints, and okay, fine, maybe we shouldn't be sharing a song.
Yeah, if you don't want to share, you can have your own song.
Right.
So I made a song for blues fans that can be just your own. Promise, we won't touch it at all. That's you. You guys get to have it. I did screw up. I didn't realize till I was like pretty much done laying it down that this song's also called Gloria. So to avoid confusion, this song, this new one, will be called Gloria in parentheses St. Louis Blues song. So there's no confusion. That is the song that's for St. Louis Blues fans. Pete has not heard it. We'll play it right now, and you can listen.
World
to Pete.
premiere.
You could, and it'll be like the watermark thing because if you want to react over it.
This is us breaking an artist, which is something that we've gotten into doing lately.
Yeah. What's the name of the band that does this? Called St. Louis Blues Fans.
World premiere, Gloria, parentheses, St. Louis Blues.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
Gloria, we've been through just about everything under the sun, and I'm so happy that we're both still having the fun. Gloria, we're friends to the end, but the end is still so far away. 'Cause right here in your arms is where I want to stay. Ooh, Gloria. Ooh, Gloria. Gloria, you came in my life at a time when I was feeling blue, and I can't even put in a song just how much I love you. Gloria, I promise to love you for all of the rest of my time, 'cause I know just how lucky I am to call you mine. Ooh, Gloria. Ooh, Gloria.
To the bridge.
Things can get crazy, but I still love you, baby. I don't want no other lady, 'cause I still love you, baby. Gloria, my Gloria, 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 I want Gloria. Oh, there goes my Gloria, 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 Gloria. Oh, she's mine, I'm so happy, my Gloria, 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 Gloria. Ooh, my Gloria.
That's awesome. That was really good. I think it was too good.
Thank you. I think that the blues fans hopefully will like it. Again, my bad on the subject matter, and and title. So Bruntouchables is going to need you guys to help us out. Again, we're trying to avoid confusion here. When people tweet "Play Gloria," now you have to respond which one.
Yes.
Which one? The one that's yours? Okay, if so, here you go. And then we send them the video or whatever.
Just make sure you clear up the confusion.
Right. We are, again, I feel like we're doing all the work here. Blues fans are being huge babies.
Very lazy.
And now we've made them their own song, and we will work tirelessly every time they tweet "Play Gloria" to help them clear up the confusion and say, which one? Oh, this one? Here, the one that's for you, blues fans?
Guess we have to do everything
Here
for
you go. What do you think I was going for with that song?
Just a great song, apparently, because that was a really good song. I love Gloria, I Want Moria.
Yeah.
That was when I literally laughed out loud. I love that. I was waiting for it to really like take a sharp turn, like that meme where the car just caroms off the highway. I was waiting for it to just take a drastic turn into like being extremely dark or something.
What I was going for was the worst Tom Jones song you've ever heard. But I couldn't think of what to do for that. Initially I had the idea of like having like a really hokey song where the chorus was, "So it's a 1, 2, St. Louis Blues."
Oh, no.
And it would just be like a terrible like in-arena band kind of like, come on, blues fans, let me
Just
hear
like one of
ya."
those like really cringe-worthy anthems.
Right, just like one of those forced like
One
hey.
of the ones that got the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning swept in 4 games.
Right,
Yeah.
right, shit like that. And then the other one was I wanted to make like a serious, depressing ballad.
That's what
that
I was hoping
way
for.
Too personal.
Yes, that's what I was
even
hoping
referenced
for.
in it like yeah, DJ, why don't you make another joke?
That's where I was. You said that you were like maybe thinking about doing that, so I was waiting for this very cheery, like very cutesy song to take an absolute like hard right turn into like a really depressing content. I was hoping for it.
Yeah, I couldn't. I got writer's block when I was trying to do that, but that would have been better. But that I just had that piano thing.
Definitely going to need you to send me this Gloria because
Which one? The blues one?
Yeah, the St. Louis Blues one.
Gotcha.
Because, okay, yeah, glad you cleared
Let's
that up.
clear up the confusion.
Yeah, because I'm definitely just gonna like play that at parties this summer and just see if anybody says anything.
Oh, you know what? Is that a late submission for Song of the Summer?
Yes, yeah, late.
It is. Song of the Summer, I realize this week has to come out between February and like mid April. It's got to be something that's been around for a little bit. Like I'll tell you what, the Song of the Summer has already come out. It's definitely Old Town Road.
Yeah.
And that came out forever ago, right?
Yeah, the remix reinvigorated Old Town Road.
Yeah. So blues fans, you're
welcome.
You're welcome. You now have the worst Tom Jones song you've ever heard all to yourself. You can also have things like vitamins all to yourself thanks to Care of. It's a subscription service that makes it easy to get vitamins, protein powders, and more personalized just for you and delivered straight to your door. Spring into a healthy routine. With the winter blues coming to an end, it's finally time to get back into a routine that empowers you to feel your healthiest. Give yourself support this season with a boost, whether you're looking for energy, better sleep, to maintain stress, or something to keep your stress where it should be. You want a little bit of stress. You don't want ridiculous. Like
No.
Mitch Hedberg said that about tartar control toothpaste.
Yeah.
I still have tartar, but it's under control. Care of's got an online quiz that lets you know exactly what you need. It's a fun online quiz that asks you about your diet, health goals, and lifestyle choices. It only takes 5 minutes to find out your personal, scientifically backed recommendation for vitamins, protein powders, and more. It's also super easy, convenient to take care of your health with Care of. You got a personalized Care of subscription box that gets sent right to your door every month with personalized daily packs. Great for a busy on-the-go lifestyle. And they even say your name on them. Shouts out Destiny's Child. you can experience the Care of difference. It offers protein powders available in individual packets for on the go and tubs, all personalized to your fitness goals and dietary preferences. So go to takecareof.com, and for 30% off your first order, when you go to takecareof.com, enter brunch30. That's brunch30 when you go to takecareof.com. Supplements are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But I'll tell you what, Care of, it's good.
There you go. What a tagline. Nice. Good job. I love
Thank you.
Guess what else I love?
What?
The television show Easy.
Yes, what a great thing. Friday, it sprung on us. I think that's happened twice.
So I've talked about plenty of times about how much I hate the volume of things on Netflix now, just because it's very, very overwhelming.
Right.
The silver lining to that is that all of a sudden on a random Friday, you can just randomly get Easy Season 3 dropped right on your head, and your weekend is made.
Yeah, and it was. I went to it, looked at. Does it have all the same people back?
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
it
folks
does,
you
baby.
Like? It's amazing. Like, I guess it's not too crazy to get all these people to do 1 or 2 episodes, but I haven't seen all of them. I did not see the BDSM one.
Ooh, okay.
And I've
seen all of them.
I didn't see the one with Joe and I forget the other girl's name. The gay couple.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
No.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I wanted to
No.
talk about that one so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Those
That was the most infuriating episode of the season. I really wanted to talk about it.
Why? Was she very controlling?
One of them was just the worst.
Was it Joe?
I don't know which one.
The white one.
No.
Oh, really?
Yes.
If memory serves, in season 2, she was
very controlling.
Very controlling
Yeah.
of her girlfriend. That's what I like about this show, though. Like, you watch it and you're like, these people who are seemingly nice people are doing this wrong, are like doing their relationship wrong, or I like the, I don't know how I feel about them. I like the open relationship couple.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
2 episodes this or
Yeah, I think they
like
usually
2.5
have
kind
two.
of.
Oh yeah, that's right. They end up in the actress one.
Yeah, there's a big ol' ensemble
Right.
in the
I mean, we'll
last
get to
one.
the actress one. That was very, very great episode of television. But the guy in the
Love him.
in the open marriage, yeah, sure. I think that he thinks he has all the answers, and he's not doing everything right either.
No, neither of them are. So here's the thing. I'm about to make a declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Easy is the realest show on TV.
Yes, and people love to say that things are real.
Yeah.
Often when they aren't.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Most stuff on television is not real.
Yeah. Somebody, this isn't to insult this person, but somebody said, I tweeted about how good this past episode of Barry was and how Sarah Goldberg turned in a tour de force. And someone responded, like, her rant to Barry was so real. And I was like, I hope not. I hope you don't know people like that in your life.
Yeah, and I think that she's like the last person that I would ever call real.
No, she's a hilarious character. We'll get to Barry later. I do not understand how people don't like Sally's character. I think that she is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, she's
like, as a
great, but,
person,
like-
you wouldn't like her.
Right, yeah.
But that's like that gets to the thing again. Like, do you understand? Not every person on a TV show or a
Right.
movie.
Have you ever
is
watched
a, like,
Seinfeld?
of pure heart. Like, they're messed up, real people. But yeah, I love the woman in the open marriage.
Oh man,
couple.
she's a lot.
She is, but I think that she's a babe.
Really?
Yeah, you don't think so?
Her forehead is very large.
She does have a big. She does have a big forehead.
There's a lot of there's
some confusing etiquette on her part. Why was she sending those pictures?
Oh, yeah, I
to that dude.
the married guy.
Right. Yeah. So they're in an open marriage, and she gets a crush on someone who's married and is in a monogamous relationship. She's like, yeah, but I'm in an open marriage. So.
They really like sort of glazed over that too, where it was just
Yeah.
like, whatever.
She handled him wrong, and the guy handled the Tinder girl way wrong. They go on a date, and after she wants to have sex with him, and he's like, I'm not really feeling it. And then later, he like a couple days later or whenever, he texts her to hang out, and she's not as in that mindset of like, okay, I'm trying to smarsh right now. And he's like, that's all he was there to do. He just had sex with her and walked out immediately. And you could tell that as he was leaving, she was like, okay, like, don't run too fast.
Right.
And he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
But I mean, I think that's like a real situation for sure. Like,
right.
that
Where in
happens
his
to a
mind,
lot.
he was like, well, the last time we hung out, she was like,
He was
really just wanted
frustrated
to have sex.
Yeah, he was frustrated. She wanted to have sex the last time, so he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna hit it and quit it real quick." And she was clearly like disrespected because that wasn't a date.
Yeah.
The first time was a date.
Right. He walked over and she was like, yeah, I'm drawing stuff. Like, how you feeling? How's your day going? And everything. And he was like, nah. Here for one thing and one thing only. I like that when he left and we walked by all their roommates, the roommates just like casually judged a book by its cover, talked shit about him for a second.
Well, they were like, "Oh, that guy comes to my coffee shop."
Yeah.
one of them, and which brings me to a point.
Very much in line with Easy.
Yes, yeah.
There are
yeah.
44 people in Chicago.
Oh, my motherfucking... Yeah, that was my big takeaway from Easy. I came to the conclusion after 3 seasons that there are about 60 people that live in Chicago, and they literally all know each other.
Right. I'm waiting for like the characters from The Chi to pop up in Easy and just be like, yeah, of course
Can't
they
wait
know
for the Papa
is
episode.
right. Yeah. Of course. Like, why did all these adults hang out with Papa? I mean, I get it, but also the last episode of The Chi, I know you're not caught up. The kids made me laugh so hard. Basically every scene. That show rules. Go on.
Yeah, I did tweet out that takeaway, and a bunch of people from Chicago replied to me, and they're like, I think it's a bit more than 60, but we definitely all know each other.
Really?
Yeah, so I guess that's a Chicago thing.
Really? It's a huge city that feels like a small town.
Apparently.
I mean, it shows how good these other episodes are. I mean, Mark Maron's episode was solid.
Mark Maron got hoodwinked, by the way.
How so?
Because his first episode of Easy, he has sex with Emily Ratajkowski, and then now 2 episodes later,
Now he's having sex with
with that
somebody
old
his
lady.
age. I was going to say somebody his old
Mark
age.
Maron's old.
Yeah.
So he's having sex with an old lady.
He looks good though.
Yeah, he's an older gentleman who has aged well.
He just looks complicated.
distinguished.
Yes, he just has you look at that guy and you're like, there's a story behind him.
Yeah, like I totally
Get why everyone's having sex with them in
Yeah,
the show.
I totally bought into like him being able to seduce the young ladies because they would look at him and be like, that's a distinguished older gentleman, and there's a little bit of mystery wrapped around him. He's kind of an asshole, but kind of like a very interesting person.
Yeah.
So I get it.
This is
Great
his
casting.
episode's interesting because he fears that he's getting Me Too'd over
Yes, yeah.
something that he doesn't remember as being a bad thing. And boy, I bet a lot of old dudes think that. Like a lot
Yeah.
of old dudes, if someone were to be like, hey, this person you used to date is going to say something about you, that they'd be like, oh, shoot, what? And then he meets with this person, and
There's a very constructive talk that like gets somewhere, which is nice.
yeah, like it's confirmed to him, like, no, you didn't break the law or anything, but you were pretty unethical. He was a professor, slept with was dating one of his students, although it was
Who
like
was
a
married.
grad school student. She was married?
Yeah.
When they were?
Yeah.
So did she cheat on him with him?
Yeah, she cheated on her husband with Mark Maron's character.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when they broke up or whatever, she was like,
Well,
that relationship put me in a really bad spot, and you probably should have seen that as the person in charge.
She thought that they were thought that they were like in love and going to like be together, and he basically had sex and was like, I'm sort of out now, and she felt that he like used her and like used his power over her to have sex with her,
and it's a very good episode because you can tell that he legitimately feels like, I didn't think I did anything wrong. What did I do wrong? And then when it's laid out to him, like, you could have helped this student as a professor helps all their students, whether you know somebody, whether you can recommend them to something, and then once you've dated and broken up with them, you're probably not going to really talk to them anymore. So, I mean, she entered into the relationship too, but like it put her at a huge disadvantage to everybody else, and basically closed off that potential avenue. And he generally and legitimately in his brain did not consider that.
Right, and I thought that was like a really good example of how good Easy can be, because it's like the writing was really good, and you could tell that, what's the guy's name? Joe Swanberg?
Yeah.
You can tell that like he understands the complexity of like these everyday situations, because it wasn't like a villain, and
right,
like he didn't necessarily paint somebody into being a complete villain and make like it's like a one thing or other.
Right.
He understands like the intricacies and like complexities of some situations.
Two people who went through something
Right.
together, and
And it's like in Crashing, they took on like the Me Too movement too, but it was definitely more of like this guy's being a complete asshole, and it's like clear that
Who'd they do that with?
With the guy who hosts the who is like basically a caricature of just like an
tough
old
guy.
timey like old boys club asshole.
right, like I'm gonna tell it like it
Right.
is, douche.
So, like they both were good, but I thought that Easy definitely hit a lot of good notes that like make you able to understand both sides of the coin.
yeah, shows how great these episodes are that we're probably 10 minutes into talking about Easy, without mentioning the Brewery Brothers.
I know.
They're back. One more episode. Where we last left off, when we started watching this, we were texting each other like, you said like there's no people more important to me than these two brothers.
I'm telling you, man, like I care about these people in Easy like I care about more people in my own actual life.
Absolutely. I have never thought about my relationship with any person the way I have like really thought about and considered the feelings of both people in any given relationship in Easy.
And I don't know if it's super impressive, because we have like at most spent like 2 hours with these people. I guess
Yeah.
like the Brewery Brothers have gotten 4 episodes to this point.
Yep.
But all of them like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I've only spent like 2 hours at most with any character in Easy.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just feel maybe it's like the realism, like I said, like it's a real show on TV. I just feel like these people, I have personal investments in their lives.
Yeah, and like, you totally understand. That's the biggest thing. Like you understand, for the most part, where each person is coming from.
Right.
Right. Like is Jeff the older brother?
I think so. Got to say, the older brother, real handsome this year. You
I
said
think
that he maybe lost some
like
weight.
a little weight in the face. I think he was always.
His features look a little more defined this year.
He always looked like a capable man. You know, like,
yeah.
He
looked like Alex Ovechkin's like average Joe brother.
He definitely has the lower body of a hockey player. He has got some
thick boy legs.
He has got some legs on him, and man, I mean, there are a lot of people, pretty people in this show.
Yeah.
But those brothers, both very good looking, and then
Dave Franco still wearing
their
the shit out of
partners-
jean jackets.
I know, nothing but jean jackets. And then their partners who are becoming the breadwinners in
Yep.
each of their relationships are Aya Cash and Zazie Beetz. Mm-hmm. Man, maybe that's why I like
Good
those
for you
episodes
guys.
so much. You're just
Yeah.
like watching the prettiest people in the world, and their friend, the one that does the stuff with the little brother. The weird looking fellow,
yeah.
he's got his own look going on.
It sure is a look.
Yeah, I love those episodes.
Yeah, I'll say I think the older brother gets a little bit of a boost this year, because he becomes a lot less business casual. Like he's wearing more cool fits.
Yeah.
So fit check for older brother Jeff.
A+.
Yes, good job.
Approval rating on older brother Jeff. What would your approval? I gotta look this up. Is there a name? It's
His
Jeff
name is
and
Jeff,
what?
I think.
So one of them is Jeff, I think.
Yes, I think older brother is Jeff.
Okay, what would the younger one be? Let's see.
Shit, I don't know.
Dave Franco Easy.
I really don't know his name. I probably couldn't tell you like any character in Easy's name. I'm totally invested in the show, and
You know what's weird? The only one I remember is Joe, and I didn't watch that episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was going to say Jake Johnson is Nick, but no,
That's New Girl.
his character in New Girl and his character in everything.
Yeah,
so you
I
can
know.
understand my confusion. Shoot. Jeff. Okay. We're pulling it up on IMDb with Zazie Beetz, Aya Cash, Evan Jonakite, whatever. Come on. I got an ad for Progressive. I don't know why that should stop. Jeff is Dave Franco.
Oh, okay.
Evan Jonakite is Matt.
I don't even think I've ever heard them call
I
him
don't
Matt.
think that's are you sure?
Yeah, that guy for sure looks like an Evan though. He's got
Yeah.
the face of an Evan.
He's married to Zasha Mamet.
Who's that?
Shoshana from Girls.
I don't watch
You'll
Girls.
realize Zasha. Her? She got a little. She could play someone in a
Oh,
family
wait.
with Christine Baranski.
Dude, isn't that the girl who plays in Mamma Mia?
No.
Wait.
Why do you think that? Do you think that's young Christine Baranski? Yeah. She's got.
Yeah, I was incorrect, but she for sure looks like she has a Christine Baranski face, especially from a distance.
Yeah, she's got a little bit. I didn't notice that
Little
until
length to it.
That's right. Until I pulled her up right now. So where we last left off with the brothers is they had split off because Matt apparently was
Allegedly.
I rewatched the season 2 episode. Matt he's the business guy at the brewery. He is like the worst brewery manager ever. All Jeff's doing is trying to come up with new ideas for beers. And he was like, no, our IPA sells well. We just got to keep making that IPA. I'm like, dude, you can't have one beer and it be an IPA. No one is going to go to that brewery. They can get that anywhere.
Yeah, but to be fair, like sticking in line with the show, like, he's never managed a brewery before.
Oh, true, yeah.
He came from the
nice.
business world. What?
That's my impression of the guy from I Think You Should Leave.
Oh,
Oh, nice. That's one of his lines. Another one is that.
I'm glad that guy's becoming a star.
Do you know how old he is?
Like, gotta be 90.
81.
Okay, gotta.
He's 81 years old, and he has the comic chops that I'll never have in my life.
Can you imagine being 81 years old and like finally hitting stardom?
Yeah,
You gotta be such a-
he's like a well-known Spanish actor, I think.
Okay.
Or he's a Cuban actor. He's in stuff, but it's like Spanish language
Gotcha.
programming. But yeah, you were saying that it falls in line with him because he doesn't know anything about breweries.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's there. It just seems like a pretty dumb family.
Except for Aya Cash and Zazie Beetz.
Yeah,
Without
well,
those two,
they're not actually in the family. Like
right, it's not blood. Right, yeah. Dave Franco had a very good scene where he was apologized. So he gets. They break off, and Jeff is back in the garage doing the illegal thing. Gets arrested on back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Neighbor keeps calling the cops,
I
so
love-
he assaults the neighbor.
He's such an idiot. I do love the
He
fact
is very stupid. Yeah.
he's so dumb. I think the hardest that I laughed in that episode was when he gets arrested the first time, and his wife goes to pick him up.
Partner. I don't
goes
think
to
they're married.
Sorry, his baby mama goes to pick him up at in jail. Bails him out, brings him home, and then she says, "You're waking up for the baby tomorrow." And he goes, "But it's Friday."
He's like, I have to brew today for the illegal thing I just got arrested for.
Dude, what the fuck?
You're taking a break from that, dude. There's heat on you right now.
It's like if this was Grand Theft Auto, you'd
You
still
got
have
5 stars.
stars on you. Like you literally just sold beer to minors.
Yes. That was right. Oh, did you notice who one of the miners was?
Yes, the church girl from
That's
season
right.
2, man.
What was that called?
Glad to see she's doing well.
Prodigal Daughter was the name of that episode.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that episode was a fucking infuriating ride.
It had the Queen in it. Why can't I think of her name? The Best. Shoot. Why can't I think of her name? She's in
Judy
everything. Judy Greer.
Okay.
Yeah. She is in everything.
Yeah, so I do like the fact that they keep finding ways to like just keep tying people in, because I think the stand-up comedian in one of the episodes, I forget which one, this season, he was the Uber driver.
Oh, really?
From season 2, yeah.
Cool. So, Jeff keeps getting arrested.
Yep.
Business is thriving for
Matt?
for
I guess both of them.
for the doggy treat thing.
Well, I guess all of their businesses were thriving because Matt's obviously expanding and hiring people.
Well,
Jeff's brewery was named the 7th best.
It was on a podcast.
Yeah.
Said that he was. Yeah, I went and rewatched the season 2 episode where Jeff decides I'm leaving the brewery. I'm going back to the garage, and it made me realize I've been clipping reaction videos. Like if I see something that's funny, I'll clip it, send it to my phone, add it to favorites so I can respond to stuff with that. I mean, the gold standard for that obviously is Russell Westbrook saying, that's pretty interesting. But I also done it with one of my favorite moments of this hockey season. Sorry, Blues fans, we're going to talk hockey if that's okay with you. Was when Chris Wagner missed an open net, and after the game, he'd had a big game, and after the game, Cassidy was asked about him, and he said, "Oh, he plays great, blah blah blah. You got to get him to work on hitting an open net." And then he goes, "Oh my god." So for sure clipped that. Use it all the time. Yesterday, Stephen A. Smith, when he was talking about the Knicks, he had, let me find, do you have my phone?
Yeah, no, I don't.
I did, this is...
Was it him in the dark responding to the...
No,
Knicks
but
thing?
that was
That was
great.
hilarious. The sounds that he made at the end of that video were amazing.
This is great. This is what I clipped from him yesterday. This was even before the lottery.
This is a good look, man.
Oh, he's the best.
So yeah, I got some of those, and you could make 1 million of those, all of Jeff. You could make everything that Jeff says can be one of those clips where he's like, "Are we doing this? I'm so serious. Are you serious? Oh my god, I'm serious. I'm so serious."
That's a really, really good Dave Franco
Is
impression.
it? No.
Yeah, because that's exactly what he sounds like all the time.
Just like asking questions.
I have not figured out if Dave Franco is a good actor.
A lot of him is being very emotional, and then immediately apologizing for being emotional.
I think that he's good at like one or two things, and then
Yeah.
he just only gets cast to do those things.
His scene when he's apologizing to his partner, and he's using like a lot of vocalized pauses, and he just doesn't. He's like, and I know it's stupid, and I'm sorry. Yeah, and you just keep saying yeah, and I've seen that before.
Yeah,
I've probably
no,
done
for
that
sure.
before.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that he was perfectly cast. I will say like the casting in the show is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But like he's perfectly cast in this show because he's just like good at being sort of like real, just like an average real person.
Yeah. So that episode is very good. Oh, the brothers have stopped talking to each other.
Yes, which
And
I didn't like that because
I know.
like, my favorite part of that their story is like their dynamic and how they interact with each other and sort of how they butt heads.
You know what's weird? Neither of us have brothers.
Right. I think we kind of just like want that dynamic.
Yeah, like why? Maybe that's why we're both so drawn to those two.
Right.
Like that. I've never really had that. Like they're close, but they're like kind of.
They bicker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like,
and they're different people, but they're the same people in a lot of ways.
yes. There's a lot of dead dad.
Oh, they do talk a
There's-
lot. Yeah, this
I hope-
last episode is basically the beginning of Mamma Mia 2. They're like,
They want to make sure that you know that dad is dead.
yeah.
I hope dad is buried.
Right.
Not to
Matt says,
no pun intended, but I
Yeah.
hope that they don't harp on that moving forward.
Yeah.
Had
Matt
enough
says,
dead dad talk for years.
Matt says to his wife that it's difficult getting through this current fight they're in because dad would always fix it.
He'd
Dad-
be the arbitrator.
Yeah, he would always mediate and everything would be okay. And then when Jeff is apologizing, he's saying, I I'm sorry why I was so crazy and obsessed with this garage thing, but brewing is what I used to do with my dad.
Yeah.
And you're like,
We find out
"Damn,
that
man."
it's the dad thing.
So at the same time, they're both. And what do they say? They both say the same exact thing. I think to
Their partners?
to Aya Cash. Like she hears them both say the same thing about the other one, and then she has some little like.
The one that Matt says like I don't want to let him win.
They each say I can't let him win.
Yeah.
Man, just very, very good. Shouts out everybody in those episodes. But I would say the number one episode of this season is not Brewery Brothers, and it's not the open marriage people. It's the actress and the butcher, played by Jake Johnson. And man, I didn't even think I think they've only had one other episode.
No.
Or they've had multiple?
No, I don't think. I thought that this was the first time that we met both of them.
No.
Jake Johnson's had an episode?
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah. I think you only saw him in Skype, though. It was her, like, they broke up because she had gotten an acting job and was going to move.
I don't remember that.
I think I only watched it once. It was not a great episode.
Okay.
This one, she comes back. She's back in town for a day and meets up with him, and they get drunk and they reconcile for a little bit, and they just have this like drunken night of nothing, no funny business,
reconnecting,
just legitimately reconnecting, and like
there's like a lot of you can tell that like Jake Johnson's
many
apprehensive
many years of playing the drinking nice guy.
I said I literally I texted you and I was like, man, this is the perfect role for Jake Johnson because he just gets to be the average Joe wearing a flannel and drinking.
He plays they both play drunk so well to the point that I wonder, like, did they get a little buzzed for this?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jake Johnson's had plenty of practice with that role.
Yeah,
it seems like his role in Drinking Buddies was perfect.
Yeah,
it just seems like that's the role that he was born to play. So, no surprise that he knocked it out of the park. But yeah, I thought that this was probably the best episode of the series. It was just like, just nonstop, just them two vibing it out.
Yeah. And when he finishes her sentence, when she's saying that, like, you know, part of me wants to, like, there's the part of me that wants to be this actress and have this job and is focused on this. And the other part is, and he finishes the sentence, he's like, the fantasy of, like, being in a relationship and stuff. And that was not what she was going to say.
Nope.
It's like, oh, man. But, like, you know where he's coming from, and then they kind of, it kind of unravels. But it's just played so well. Did love from him. They get to the second bar, order drinks. She gets a vodka tonic, I think, or a vodka soda. He orders vodka on the rocks, takes his drink, and says to her, this was not as a joke. He was like, that's strong.
Why'd you like that so much?
What did you expect? On the rocks. You only had him put alcohol in the glass.
My big takeaway from that was
you say that's strong when you order a
like
mixed drink
yeah,
and it's
true.
mostly alcohol. Just
that's
true.
Like,
oh man,
that
I don't know what I was expecting when I drank nothing but vodka there.
I think I was more thrown off on that scene because I just didn't expect Jake Johnson to order straight up vodka.
Yeah,
that's not a Jake Johnson thing.
Whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey or beer.
Yeah, I wish that when he was like, that's strong, the bartender was like 80 proof.
So I mean,
standard with these vodkas.
That was a pretty heartbreaking episode.
Yeah, in the end, it plays it sets up a very cliche ending, and I legitimately didn't know if it was going to go full into the cliche because sometimes cliches are true. She chases after him.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen. I won't spoil it. She doesn't find him.
I thought that this season did really, really well with setting up further episodes, and maybe that's because like Joe Swanberg.
Yeah,
I think that's his name.
They don't. There's no rush on this to end or to make another season.
Right. It could literally end, and I'd still be like,
they can chip away at this however they'd like.
Yeah, but I think that maybe he's doing a better job of sort of leaving these cliffhangers or teases because the show is doing well, I assume. I never know with these Netflix shows anymore.
I'll tell you, this was one of my top notes on the whole Easy thing. Part of me sometimes thinks that Easy only exists in your and my brains because I've never heard anybody else talk about Easy.
No, but
and it is star-studded and incredible.
No, but I think that it's maybe just within like our brunch circle, but people are catching on to Brewery Brothers. Like I've heard people talk about Brewery Brothers.
I tweeted such a specific Brewery Brothers meme.
The nut button.
Yeah, I was like, when the new season of Easy drops, skip straight to however many Brewery Brothers.
You got some likes on that.
It got like 4.
There you go.
which
Right up your alley.
Standard.
Yes.
And somebody responded and was like, this is the specific Netflix show that not a lot of people watch, maybe meme I was looking
Hell
for.
yes. Did you watch the second episode of The Open Couple?
Yes.
That one I was like I think 45 minutes long, and
Yes.
about 20 minutes is dedicated just to one scene in a bar, and that scene
was great.
a tour de force for that the woman that you were talking about. The
Oh,
woman-
absolutely.
She was unbelievable in that scene.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and forth thinking like, which person is of more sound mind right now? Which person actually cares more about the relationship? Which person needs more space from the relationship? And
Bird just flew into the window.
Just flew into the window, and it made a full recovery. There it goes. It's flying away, very embarrassed. It was like,
Yeah, that was a real pop.
yeah. Other birds were yelling. Nobody saw it as it flew away.
You're good, man.
Very supportive. Speaking of supportive, there's a video out there of a little kid trying to do a karate thing. And he's not able to break the board, and he's crying because he can't do it, and he just doesn't believe in himself. And
Because kids suck. Not
his
good at anything.
fellow kids in the class are saying like, "Come on, you can do it." They're chanting for him. Eventually, he breaks it, and everybody cheers, and it's going viral. And everyone's saying, "Oh man, imagine having a great group of friends like this. Look how supportive they are." It's so weird to put a video of a child, a crying child, in what that kid might consider an embarrassing moment. I don't know. Did the kid come away from it being like, hell yeah, that was all great for me? That was just like a growing experience in that kid's life. Let him just have it by himself. Show it to your family. Show it to people like that. That kid's going to grow up, and maybe he wants that video out there. Maybe he doesn't. But man, stop making so many decisions for...
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get the choice whether or not he goes viral.
Yeah.
But I also think that like it doesn't really matter because nobody's going to fucking remember that video in like 5 minutes. So it's
you're really banking on the world ending if you're putting videos of your kid that they might not like.
But I think that I mean, whatever. Like your parents do a lot of things that their kids might not like in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily have a problem with it. It's a great video. I thought that it was like a.
I did like
a
the
nice
video. I felt like I
feel-good-
shouldn't have seen it though.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Also, I made this joke to you on Twitter, but redemption arc for that kid.
Well, yes,
Pretty problematic.
I know.
Not here for redemption arcs.
A lot of problems.
I feel like we're definitely gonna have to circle back on Easy with the lesbian episode because I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I could honestly,
I got 2 more to watch.
I could talk about Easy. Like we could have a separate podcast for Easy because there's so much to digest and talk about. Again, I want to talk about those people.
I like
more
the
than any real
guys
people in my
selling
lives.
the
toys?
selling the toys. I didn't consider that. Like they go to just like a bodega or something like that.
Right.
Load up and then turn a profit.
It was like Chef.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like a very fun journey of just selling stuff in different places.
Speaking of Chef, our guys at LCP, Lights Camera Podcast, put out a lot of good videos, and they put out or just like clips, and it made me think. Remember my idea for it was called like brunch scenes or something like that. Like whenever we're talking about a scene that we like, just
tweet it out there.
Just tweet it out there. They kind of do that, and they did the video of what was he making? Oh, and they were making the Cuban sandwiches.
Right.
They said
Right after we talked about Chef,
right.
by the way.
They said, "Is this the most delicious scene in movie history?" Absolutely not.
No.
Not even the most delicious scene
In that movie.
of that movie.
No.
I think it's a huge tie between when he makes the pasta dish for ScarJo
Yep.
and when he makes the grilled cheese
Yeah.
for his son.
Yeah, those are the ones where he cooks in his apartment are the best ones.
When he cuts the grilled cheese, that
Oh, yeah.
crunch, and then when the kid bites into it,
I know.
man.
It's like, what's that? Like ASMR?
yes, yeah.
I would listen to that scene in ASMR.
Hell yeah. And the music in the ScarJo scene is awesome. The soundtrack of that movie is
Really, really good.
Is great. I love that movie.
The also the scene where he like just prepares so much fucking food after
At the
after
at the
basically
restaurant?
like getting fired.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that, and it kind of makes me mad every time I see it because he prepares
He just
an
went home and cooked
entire
it anyway.
fucking huh?
He just went home and cooked it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which like, did he eat it? I need to know. Like, if he didn't
I
eat
don't
that,
know.
it's gonna give me
Well,
anxiety.
remember that the critic said that's probably why he gained weight. He's eating all the food that
Yeah.
no one's eating.
That's
He's-
getting sent back.
Yeah, they don't want. Dustin Hoffman did not like the sweetbreads.
You want to talk about Barry a little bit?
Yes.
All right, cool. But let's talk about traveling because we do a little traveling, but if when you're traveling, a good piece of luggage and a suitcase can change your life.
Wouldn't we know it? Shouts out Efron.
Yeah, baby, that old bag. But Away Travel is here to bring you first class luggage at a coach price. And Away uses high-quality materials while offering a much lower price compared to other brands by cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you. You can choose from 9 colors and 4 sizes. There's the carry-on, the bigger carry-on, the medium, or the large. They make it pretty easy for you with those titles. You know exactly what you're getting. But the key feature designs, all suitcases are made with premium German polycarbonate, unrivaled in strength and impact resistant, and they're very lightweight. The interior features a patent-pending compression system, helpful for overpackers. I love to overpack. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many days I'm going, I'm overpacking. 4 360-degree spinner wheels, which guarantee a smooth ride. TSA-approved combination lock built into the top of the bag to prevent theft. And there's a removable, washable laundry bag that keeps dirty clothes separate from clean, which is clutch. Both sizes of the carry-on are able to charge all cell phones, tablets, e-readers, and anything else that's powered by a USB cord. A single charge of the Away carry-on will charge your iPhone 5 times. That's huge. It brings you a chargeable thing on your suitcase, which is amazing. They give you a lifetime warranty. If anything breaks, they'll fix it or replace it for you for life. You can get a 100-day trial, live with it, vibe with it, travel with it, Instagram it. If at any point you decide it's not for you, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. Free shipping on any Away order within the lower 48 states. So carry-on sizes are compliant with all U.S. major airlines while maximizing the amount that you can pack. Best bang for your buck. If you're in town, please be sure to visit Away Travel at the retail store in New York City. They sent me a travel thing. I think I got the bigger carry-on. It's amazing.
Nice.
I cannot wait to use it. It's
Hell
honestly,
yeah.
legitimately unreal. I'm very, very happy that I got one of these.
Fantastic.
So, if you want to join me in being an Away Travel customer, you can do that by going to awaytravel.com/brunch for $20 off your first suitcase. So visit awaytravel.com/brunch and let's get traveling, baby.
Away. Travel away. Yeah, I'm ready to fight people on this. This was the best Barry episode of the season, which I guess isn't that crazy of a take because it's the penultimate episode of a season, and usually the second to last episode of a series or a season is the best one. This was the best episode of the season.
Yeah,
It wasn't the craziest,
Yeah.
and it wasn't the...
it was really good. I will say it was really good. But I think that when I think back on this season, I'm always going to think of the chase with
Yeah.
the karate dad.
Yeah, that was the craziest episode. This, I thought, this had more. Everybody was in it, and everybody was awesome. This was Sally's best episode. Hank was hilarious. This was sneaky Henry Winkler's best episode, I thought.
Henry Winkler was really, really good throughout in every situation.
His scenes with Barry were amazing. When when he learns about the
audition.
when he learns about the audition, and then when he's breaking it down scene by scene, and he's talking about what is possibly the stupidest sounding movie in the world, and he's trying to break it into like acting things. Like, all right, so first the guy bangs your girlfriend, you're feeling loss. Then you shit in a pie, so he eats it.
There's a lot of Justin Williams would have loved this episode because there's a lot of talk about eating shit.
A lot of poop eating imagery.
Yes.
Yeah, Justin Williams, who just committed to a poop eating metaphor longer than I have ever heard any person commit to a poop eating metaphor. Yeah, I just love when he's like, so you shit in a pie to get him to eat it. Then, by some cruel twist of irony, you end up eating the shit pie.
I also thought that the head honcho at the talent agency was great. The guy carrying around the big ass exercise ball. He's like, wait, how tall are you?
Yeah. The 6'2" thing was hilarious. Allison Jones being there was hilarious. I looked it up to see if that was really Allison Jones because I've never seen Allison Jones before. That is indeed Allison Jones. If you've ever watched any TV show before or movie, in the credits it always says casting by Allison Jones. I would love to pick her brain for 5 minutes because I don't know how she has time to do all that. Does it just take like 1 second to cast a show or something?
I have no idea.
She's casted. I feel like she's casted everything I've ever watched. Allison Jones was a big part of Lena Waithe's story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she
Okay.
was. She knew Lena, and then when they were casting Master of None, she was like, "Yo, Lena, you want to act in this show?" And got her either an audition or a read, something like that, and the rest is history.
Interesting. Who so what scene is she in?
She when he reads.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's Allison Jones on the left, Jay Roach is in the middle.
Yeah.
I love that he says he calls him Jay Roach.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he's
like
never
it's like
said the name or heard the name before.
It sounds like a rapper.
Yeah, he's like Jay Roach.
Like J-Rock.
Sally stole this episode from her meeting over the awful show to when Barry tells her about the audition.
In the car?
She goes,
So funny.
no, like when they're standing at the agency. She comes out and they told her they're going to get her a meeting with that producer, and she comes out and she says how happy she is that she's getting the recognition she deserves, and being very much Sally, making it like, hey, this good thing's happening. Obviously it should because I am the best.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, cool, I got an audition. And her face just distraught, so mad.
Yeah, she's honestly great. I love her. She's just
Her,
been
I
so
think,
good.
I think you would agree I'm a lot better than you.
Now that you say it like this, I forgot how many good scenes there were in this episode.
Yeah, I watched it twice, and everybody was good. Barry's line from the movie that what's up? I forgot the guy's name, but some stupid name. Is like, what's up, you shit bird? Want some pie?
So ridiculous.
Looks like the worst.
I'm glad that like that Barry has still stuck with those absolutely ridiculous like comedic humor points, because that was the biggest one I think in this
when
episode.
she's like continue and it's just like
Yes.
dead silence and he says that stupid line. They're setting up the finale to be an absolute whopper. If you
crazy cliffhanger.
Randy raised this point though. Barry does have to start to make good on some of these cliffhangers.
Yeah.
When it sets up, okay, now so and so is screwed. That person actually has to get some comeuppance, or
Right, like his what's the leash?
he compared
there?
it. He compared it to Silicon
leash talk?
Valley, which is a very good comparison because it's Alec Berg and
Also, I mean, I think the comparison that I would make is Walking Dead, because Walking Dead always has these fucking cliffhangers, and then they find a way to wriggle their way out of it.
yeah. And I mean, it's happened too many times with Barry. I'm on the fence of whether I want Cusino to die. I think that Cusino is the best, but if they kill him off, it will make this show every bit as crazy as
Right, it's like the
been
Game of Thrones
positioning
thing.
itself to be.
It's like the Game of Thrones thing, where it's like a big reason why everybody got in on Game of Thrones was because they were not afraid to be bold and make those decisions where like you always have to question what's going to happen in the show,
Right.
Because they can fearlessly kill off one of their best characters.
Yeah, but if that, I don't understand what Fuchs's incentive to do that is, though. Because if he kills Cuusino, all he does is
Well,
give-
he makes it look like Cuusino killed the girlfriend.
yes.
Right.
So all he's doing there is giving Barry zero incentive to work anymore or to do anything with Fuchs, because the thing that's hanging over Barry's head that he killed Moss has now gone away.
Right.
If that happens.
Yeah, that's true, and also
And-
that would completely free Barry up to kill
Fuchs.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Did you see what the scenes from next week are?
No. Well, it was Barry saying, "I'm going to kill you."
All it was just him saying, "I'm coming for you, Fuchs."
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome.
So, what do you think? Do you think that Cuusino is dead?
the fact that Barry being on the phone with Fuchs saying, "I'm coming for you," would seemingly
Suggest.
set up that he didn't get to him in time. Although it's possible he did, then they went their own separate ways, and then they were on the phone later and he said that. But I think that Barry owes it to us. It stinks they put themselves in this situation. I think they got to kill Cuusino
Yeah,
to actually give us a.
I don't know if they have the
man,
balls.
This crazy thing happened, and it actually I can't have the craziest thing in this season be that a little girl flew. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm caring less about
true.
that kid by the day.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they have the balls, and I think that they've been good enough at getting out of the previous cliffhangers where they didn't deliver. But like at some point, you don't want them to keep like writing themselves in circles.
Yeah.
where here's a cliffhanger, and
Right.
then like
He's going to
we'll
get caught
lead to
for it
something
this
else.
time. Okay,
Yeah.
he gets off. Or he's going to get. I mean, they've done that a couple times so far.
Yeah,
with
it seems like there hasn't really been like a big event in the show that's like changed everything for
Right.
a while.
I mean, the
other
one
one-
last season was him killing his friend, right? Like that. That was when. After that, I was like, I don't know if I can watch this show. This show is
Brutal.
too much.
Yeah.
There and that hasn't happened. Like, I mean, Barry hasn't. Has Barry killed anybody this season?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, he
Not that I can
technically didn't
remember.
kill the. He didn't kill the karate guy.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Couldn't seal the deal on the girl either, on the kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of it.
This was a great Hank episode. Hank had maybe my favorite line. No, I don't know. It's tough to have a favorite Hank line because he has so many. But when he's giving the speech on the bus and he says, "I am optometrist by nature."
Yeah, man, the bus scene was ridiculous. That was just like totally over the top.
Yeah.
and just insane. Yeah, I'm curious to see if Hank loses. He's lost his team. He's lost the locker room.
Yeah, someone suggested. Oh, it was Gary Tanguay. He was like, "What if now? Now Hank is like losing everybody. Barry's losing everybody. Like, what if they end up becoming roommates or something?
That'd be great.
That'd be amazing. Like,
There for that dynamic.
I would say that that Hank and Cristobal are probably on the outs
I would assume so.
after the whole tried to set you on fire thing. Yeah. Do you think that he'll get to Esther?
I mean, you have to, right? Because I
I mean,
I
his
guess
only
not.
way. I mean, he has to. Those people are going to kill him if
Right.
he doesn't kill them first. Like they're not just going to let it go that they just took out.
Yeah, I don't
ton
know.
of their men.
I honestly like don't know what their purpose serves in the show at this point.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like a side story that just keeps
Well, really, to have Hank doing his own thing.
right.
They're the other people that.
But like
exist.
they serve no greater importance.
Hmm.
Not to like Barry's not really involved other than training them, and now he's done with them. So Barry has no connection to Hank really right now.
I feel like that's coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
they're
probably
obviously going to
is.
find each other.
Right.
Their way back to each other.
But yeah, I think that things are pretty segmented right now as it stands.
So you want to talk about crazy things that have happened in TV shows? Arthur made the Mr. Ratburn character gay, and I saw the scene. They're at his wedding. They don't know who he's marrying.
Weird.
That's kind of crazy being at a wedding and not knowing.
It's a wedding blind date.
Yeah. And it was great. It was it's really cool that Arthur did that, and probably overdue to have kids seeing same-sex couples in the shows they watch and everything.
Really cool that Arthur is still on TV, because I had no idea that was still happening.
It's in its 22nd season. My biggest takeaway, though, is it's crazy that he invited his students to his wedding.
Yeah, very weird. And also his students that have been in the second grade for 22 years.
Yeah. They've known this guy they've been in this guy's class for 22 years, and they know him. They're close enough with him to go to his wedding, and they don't know who
it
he's
is?
seeing. They don't know.
Wait, what's Mr. Ratburn trying to hide here? What's going on?
Yeah, is this guy a criminal or something?
It's like either these kids are the worst friends ever,
Yeah.
or Mr. Ratburn is a real sketchy fellow.
They made him. They shamed Mr. Ratburn right away. They sent him back to being a huge dork. Did you see him dancing at his wedding?
Yes, yeah,
Bad dancer.
Yeah, bad dancer. Also, his husband, no offense, not a looker. Mr. Ratburn could do better.
His husband had bad hair, right?
Yeah, he had a very middle-aged, sort of toupee haircut.
Well, how old do you think Mr. Ratburn is?
Well, he's got to be at least 22 and and plus probably 20 years old to be a teacher. So he's got to be in his 40s at least.
I'd say maybe older. Mr. Ratburn's deal is he's just very well read, right?
Yeah.
He's
He's a distinguished fellow.
Yes, exactly. So
Word of the day is distinguished.
So congratulations to Mr. Ratburn on his nuptials.
Congratulations to his husband for outkicking his coverage, because that guy is boring as hell.
Yes, and
The Colin Jost of Arthur characters.
Yes.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Gloria, we've been through just about everything under the sun, and I'm so happy that we're both still having the fun. Gloria, we're friends to the end, but the end is still so far away. 'Cause right here in your arms is where I want to stay. Ooh, Gloria. Ooh, Gloria. Gloria, you came in my life at a time when I was feeling blue. And I can't even put in a song just how much I love you. Gloria, I promise to love you for all of the rest of my time. 'Cause I know just how lucky I am to call you mine. Ooh, Gloria. Ooh, Gloria. Things can get crazy, but I still love you, baby. I don't want no other lady, 'cause I still love you, baby. Gloria, my Gloria, there goes my Gloria. Gloria, 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 Gloria. Oh, she's mine, I'm so happy, my Gloria.